Let's be real for a second. Somewhere around the age of 50, maybe even a little before, you start noticing subtle shifts. That hairline isn't as loyal as it used to be. The wrinkles around your eyes, the ones you once thought would disappear after a good night of sleep, are now permanent residents. Your energy isn't bottomless anymore, and when you look in the mirror, you catch yourself wondering, am I losing my edge? It's a real concern, and psychologists know this stage of life is one of the most vulnerable for men. It's the moment where society whispers, "You're getting older," while inside, you're still sharp, capable, and ready to conquer. And here's the shocking secret. What most men fear as losing attractiveness is actually the very thing that makes them magnetic. Because when science examines the psychology of attraction, something fascinating emerges. Women often find men in their 50s and beyond more captivating than their younger selves, provided those men understand how to step into the role of the admired silver fox. So stick with me, because in this video, I'm going to break down the 10 undeniable signs that you retransforming into the kind of man everyone respects, admires, and yes, desires. By the end, you will stop seeing those wrinkles as a curse and start recognizing them as a badge of honor. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments if you're tuned in, because what I am about to reveal might just change the way you look at yourself from this day forward. Sign number 1. You're growing into your confidence. This isn't at the fake kind of confidence that a 25-year-old tries to flex by showing off his car or pretending he knows everything. I'm talking about the calm, grounded presence that psychologists describe as earned authority. Science shows that by the time a man hits 50, his brain processes risk and decision-making differently. You've seen enough life, enough wins, and enough setbacks that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. That's shocking to younger men, who still think attraction is about flexing status symbols. But here's the secret. Women are hardwired to pick up on emotional stability. When you walk into a room and your body language communicates, "I don't need to impress anyone," you instantly stand out. And let me tell you, confidence in a man over 50 isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. Quick question for you. Have you ever noticed younger men watching the way you handle yourself? Maybe at work, or even at a family gathering? Drop a 2 in the comments if you've seen it happen. Sign number 2. The silver hair transformation. The gray streaks in your hair, or that salt and pepper beard you've been thinking about shaving off, don't. Here's why. Science actually proves that women perceive gray hair in men as a signal of maturity, wisdom, and protection. It's primal. That silver glow is nature's way of saying, "This man has survived, endured, and learned." It's shocking, isn't it? What most men view as a flaw is the very thing that gives them an edge. In fact, psychologists explain that the distinguished look associated with silver hair triggers feelings of trust and reliability in others. You become the man people want advice from, the man others turn to in uncertain times. So instead of dying it or fighting it, own it. The silver fox aesthetic is not about resisting age, it's about harnessing it. Are you still with me? Type silver in the comments if you're re-rocking the gray with pride, or planning to embrace it starting today. Sign number 3, your style evolves with substance. When you were younger, fashion might have been about chasing trends, tight jeans one year, baggy shorts the next. But as a silver fox, your wardrobe starts to reflect refinement. A tailored blazer, a watch that isn't flashy but feels timeless, clean shoes that say you respect yourself. Here's the secret psychologists have uncovered. When men upgrade their style in midlife, it signals self-respect and social intelligence. It tells the world, "I value myself enough to present well." That's far more impactful than wearing whatever is trendy. Science even backs this up. Studies show that women rate men in well-fitted classic clothing as significantly more attractive than those in casual, ill-fitted clothes. It's not about expense, it's about fit and presence. So gentlemen, ask yourself, do your clothes work for you or against you? Sign number 4. You listen more than you talk. Now here's a shocking shift that psychologists highlight. As men age, those who are admired most often begin listening more deeply. You no longer need to dominate conversations. Instead, you provide space for others to feel seen and heard. Science calls this the maturity of communication. And trust me, it's magnetic. A silver fox knows that attention is more powerful than interruption. And when you listen with genuine presence, people feel drawn to you. It's subtle, but it separates the admired men from the ignored ones. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments if you agree that real strength shows up in listening. Sign number 5. You value health differently. Here, as something psychologists emphasize about men after 50, the ones who thrive shift from chasing external validation to protecting their internal vitality. You start valuing your sleep, your nutrition, your workouts. Not because you want six-pack abs for Instagram, but because you want to feel sharp, strong, and capable. And here's the shocking part. That shift is exactly what makes you attractive. Women, and honestly, society as a whole, pick up on your discipline. Science even shows that physical vitality, more than appearance alone, is one of the top markers of male attractiveness in later life. So yes, lifting weights matters. Yes, eating right matters. Not for vanity, but for energy, presence, and longevity. That's the silver fox mindset. Sign number 6. Emotional control becomes your superpower. When you were younger, maybe you were quick to anger or quick to react. But psychologists note something profound. Men who step into admired maturity begin mastering emotional regulation. Instead of lashing out, you respond with calm. Instead of insecurity, you respond with groundedness. Science reveals that emotional stability is one of the most desirable traits in a long-term partner. So when you control your emotions, not only do you gain respect, you inspire trust. And that's shocking to younger men who still think being loud equals being powerful. The real secret? Quiet control wins every time. Sign number 7. You invest in wisdom, not just wealth. By 50, you've likely earned, lost, rebuilt, and refined your relationship with money. But the admired silver fox doesn't just hoard wealth. He invests in wisdom. He reads. He learns. He mentors. He adapts. Psychologists say that continuing to grow mentally as you age keeps the brain youthful and resilient. And when people notice that you're not stuck in the past but still expanding your mind, you become inspiring. That's magnetic. Let me ask you, when was the last time you picked up a book or learned something new just for the sake of growth? Comment 3, if that's part of your routine. Sign number 8. Your circle gets smaller, but stronger. In your 20s and 30s, maybe you wanted to be liked by everyone. But by 50, something shocking happens. You no longer crave wide approval. Instead, you cultivate a tight-knit circle of people who matter. Psychologists say this pruning of relationships is one of the most powerful signs of maturity. Science confirms that strong, close connections, not popularity, are the biggest predictor of long-term happiness and health. So when people notice that you're selective about your time, it signals strength. You're not desperate for validation. You're deliberate with your energy. That, gentlemen, is pure silver fox energy. Sign number 9. You've made peace with yourself. This is the secret no one tells you. Admiration doesn't come from perfection. It comes from acceptance. A silver fox isn't trying to be someone else. He's comfortable in his own skin. The scars, the wrinkles, the gray hair, they all tell a story. Psychologists explain this as self-acceptance bias. The more you accept yourself, the more others naturally accept you. And science backs it up. Self-compassion directly correlates with higher ratings of attractiveness and charisma. So that little voice telling you that you're too old? It's lying. You're not past your prime. You're redefining it. Sign number 10. You inspire without trying. Finally, the ultimate sign you've become the silver fox everyone admires. People look at you and feel motivated. Younger men see a model of stability. Women see a man of substance. Friends and family see someone they can rely on. You don't force it. You don't demand respect. You embody it. Psychologists call this unconscious influence, where your presence shapes others without you even needing to say a word. That's the shocking secret of the silver fox. You don't chase admiration. You attract it naturally by the man you've become. Now, before we wrap this up, let me ask, which of these 10 signs resonated most with you? Comment the number below. I read every response and I want to know where you see yourself in this transformation. And if you've ever doubted that you could still be magnetic, respected, or desired after 50, let this video be your proof. Science, psychology, and real-life experience all say the same thing. You're not fading. You're refining. If you want more actionable tips to improve your health after 60 and to understand the psychological dynamics of female attraction, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss my next video. Because, gentlemen, your story is far from over. In fact, the best chapter may just be beginning.